Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers to the drawing on April 8th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, I'll be updating the group 6 and 8 of Powerball number 1. And also with this video, I invite you to grab some paper and play along. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so you can see on my game card I have 5 colors: red, orange, green, blue, and purple. These represent the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Powerball page and find out what were those 5 white winning numbers. They were the 3, 5, 9, 42, and 52. The Powerball number was 11, but right now I'm only concerned about these 5 white ball numbers. Okay, so I have them here at the top of this list. Okay, so now I'm going to go right to updating Group 6 and Group 8. Okay, so this is what I call my Group 6, and the reason why I call it that is because I divided the 69 numbers into 6 different color groups. Okay, so the advantage here is that there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so I know that one of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so the numbers were 3, which is orange, 5 red, 9 purple, 52 orange, and 42 green. Okay, so I had 2 orange, the 3 and the 52. I had 1 red, the 5, 1 purple, the 9, and 1 green, the 42. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue area and no winning Powerball numbers in the yellow. It hit 4 out of the 6 color groups, and the majority of the numbers are over to the left side, so I'm going to color this 4 red. Okay, so the reason why I do this is, when I see a bunch of green like this, well, I look at this like flipping a quarter. How many times can it come up heads before it comes up tails? Kind of the same thing here. There's only red or green. So when I see a bunch of green, well, when's the red going to start popping up? Okay, so that's why I do that. Okay, and then again, the strategy is to try to correctly guess where 0 is going to be. Now, if I could have correctly guessed that none of these yellow numbers were going to come up, I could have eliminated those numbers off of my game card and gave myself a much better chance of winning some kind of prize in the Powerball lottery. Okay, so I'm moving on. So this one's all updated. So what I like to do is I like to just go down to the bottom of this and then work my way up slowly so you can take a look at what's going on. So this isn't really for my benefit, this is for your benefit at home. Now you choose where you think the 0 is going to be, and then you knock out those numbers off of your game card. Or you could just write out 69 numbers and X out the ones that you don't think are going to come up. Okay, so I'm moving on to number 2. Okay, so it was the 3, 5, 9, all blue numbers. And then the 42 was red, and the 52 was green. So there's no winning Powerball numbers in the orange, purple, or yellow. It hit 3 color groups, and the majority of the numbers are to the left side, so I'm going to color this 3 green. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to color this 3 red because the majority is on the left side. Okay, so moving on. I'm sorry, I didn't do the thing. Kind of get ahead of myself here. Okay, so I'm going down to the bottom. Work my way up slowly here. So one thing that I like to look for is over here. Again, I see lots of green, which tells me that the majority of the numbers have been coming up over to the right side. Okay, I'm kind of thinking that this number is going to be a red number, which means I believe the majority of the numbers will be over here to the left side. Okay, so now I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was red, 5's blue, the 9 and the 52 are orange, and the 42 is red. I'm sorry, folks. The 42 is yellow. I got a lot going on my mind. Okay, so 1 red, 1 blue, 2 orange, and 1 yellow, the 42. Okay, so there's no winning Powerball numbers in the green or purple areas. It hit 4 color groups, and the majority is to the left side, so I'm going to color this 4 red. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of scoping things out. You see a single red here, right here in the middle. Another single red, single red, single red, single, single. And then finally, there's a couple in tandem here. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number, which I believe that the majority of the numbers will be over here. And certainly this blue is kind of looking pretty attractive, so I think one of these blue numbers are going to come up. Okay, so I'm moving on. And of course, if you see something and I scroll, well, you're just going to have to pause the video and get all the numbers off of here. Okay, so moving on. Again, the 3 and the 5, both blue. The 9 is green, the 52 is red, and the 42 is orange. So no winning Powerball numbers in the purple or yellow. It hit 4 color groups, and the majority is to the left side, so I'm going to color this red. Okay, so one thing that catches my eye here is this big thing of red. When's it going to turn blue? Here's another good streak of red here, and finally it turned blue like this. This was 14 of these in a row of red. So 14 times 3 is how many drawings there actually was, and here there's 5, 9, 10, 11. Couple behind this, but that doesn't really mean anything. I'm looking at this saying, I see a lot of green. I'm thinking that this number is going to be red. Again, which means the majority will be over on this side. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 is red, 5 and 9 are purple, the 52 is purple, and the 42 is red. So 2 red and 3 purple. So no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, orange, green, or yellow. It hit 2 color groups, and the majority is on the right side, so I'm going to color that 2 green. Okay, so as I look over here, I see a bunch of red. And finally a little bit of green here. Okay, so again I see a single green, single, single, single. You know, when's this going to double up? I'm thinking that this is going to be green, which means I believe the majority of the numbers will be over here on the right side. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so the 3 is red. The 5 and 42 are orange. The 9 is yellow. And the 52 is blue. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the green or the purple. It hit 4 color groups. The majority is on the left side, so I'm going to color this 4 red. Okay, so I see a big blue streak over here, which means to me, you know, if it's blue for a while, then eventually it's going to turn red. Okay, the thing that caught my eye is this green. Because, you know, you see a bunch of blue here, but then you really don't see that anymore. I mean, here's one that doubled up on the blue. Another doubled up. But other than that, it's a bunch of singles, and I'm thinking that this is going to be a 0 here. And I'm thinking that none of these green numbers are going to come up. Okay, so I'm not picking right now, I'm just updating, but I just want to show you what I see. Okay, so the 3 is orange. The 5 and the 52 are both purple. The 9 and the 42 are both red, so I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, green, or yellow. It hit 3 color groups, and the majority is to the left side, so I'm going to color this 3 red. Okay, so I'm working my way up slowly here. Okay, so one thing that I see over here is a single red, single red, single red. So what does this column mean? This column means that it's a 000, okay? And as you can see, it doesn't come up very often on these group 6s, but the triple hit comes up a lot. So what do I have for a triple hit opportunity? I got the red, orange, and purple. Kind of thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be over here. And I'm kind of liking this purple to have a hit to it. Okay, so moving on. So I got these 7 option cards, and then I have an overview of what happened to all 7 option cards. Okay, so here in the red, all 7 of these option cards had a hit in the red area, so I'll just go over that real quick. Okay, so here's the 42 and the 9. Here's the 3. Here's the 3 again, and the 7, and the 42. Here's the 52. There's the 3 again. There's the 42. And here's the 5. Okay, so you can see that all 5 of these red areas had a hit to it. And that's the importance of keeping track of all 7 option cards like this. Okay, so again, I try to use this information any way that I can. Certainly the game is designed to eliminate numbers, but if I could pick where I think a group is going to come up. Okay, so one thing that catches my eye is a single blue, single blue, single blue here in the yellow. A couple more singles. And then finally it tripled up here. So when's this going to double up? So I'm kind of liking the yellow to have a bunch of misses to it. I can see a 0 right here. So maybe none of these yellow numbers will be coming up. Sometimes what I look for is a single 0 here in the middle and just concentrating on this middle column. I got a single 0, single 0, single, single, and then finally kind of triples up here, okay? But it did have 1, 2, 3, 4 single zeros, and that doesn't happen very often. You can see they just double up right away. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a 0 as well. This one almost looks as it's going to be a hit. So I'm just looking at the yellows. See, here's a single 0, then it goes immediately into 3 zeros. Kind of liking this yellow to have a hit as well. Although I see a lot of red here, and I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be green, which means I believe the majority will be over here. So I kind of don't really like that yellow anymore. This one I can see a 0 being right here. And again, when you have 3 of these really dark reds, here's one over here. Finally, there was a 0. Here's one that went 4, but it doesn't happen all that often. Okay, so that's it. That's all I got for the 7 option cards here. So I'm going to move on to number 8, group 8. So I'll update these as well. So again, it was the 3, 5, 9, all in the red. And then I got the 42 in purple. And the 52 in turquoise. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, orange, green, yellow, or pink. Okay, so this hit 3 option cards, 3 color groups, and the majority's to the left side. So I'm going to color this 3 red. Okay, so we'll go down and take a look at this. So again, this is a group 8 where I divided things into 8 different color groups. So I know that 3 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so certainly the thing that stands out to me is that all this red over here, which tells me that the majority of the numbers have been coming up to the left side. And I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be a green number, which I believe the majority will be on this side for the drawing. And the one that sticks out to me the most here is this orange. I'm thinking that this is going to have another 0 to it. And I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 is orange. The 5 is purple. The 9 is turquoise. So this red mark tells me is something that I put here for the last drawing, and I said I think there's going to be a hit here. I think one of these turquoise numbers is going to come up, and I was correct with the 9. Okay, so the 42 is in pink, and the 52 is in blue. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red, the green, or the yellow. So I hit 5 color groups. The majority is to the right side, so I'm going to color this 5 green. Okay, so let's take a look. Gonna work my way up slowly here. The thing that sticks out here is all this blue here in the green area. Certainly over here I got a long red streak, so when's that gonna turn blue? And over here in the yellow, I don't see a 000. I haven't seen a 000 in a while. Here's one down here. Okay, they came up pretty strong here, and then there was one here, and then there hasn't been one in a while. So maybe this is due to be a 000 right here. And maybe no yellow numbers will be coming up. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was turquoise. The 5 was orange. And the 52 is orange. The 9 is pink. And the 42 is purple. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red, the blue, the green, or the yellow. This hit 4 color groups. The majority is to the right side. So I'm going to color this 4 green. Okay, so here's a blue mark. I said I don't think any of these red numbers are going to come up. I got that one correct. And let's take a look. Okay, so we'll see what we see. I see a bunch of blue here in this red, and again, when I see lots of blue, then I think it's going to turn red eventually. And maybe this is going to be a hit here. Maybe one of these green numbers will be coming up. Big long streak here of red. Another thing that happens a lot is a 000 will double or even triple up. That happens a lot, and I'm looking at this red. Single, 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 single again. So when's it going to double up? You know, it doubles and triples up a lot. I'm thinking that this one is due to happen. And I'm thinking that none of these red numbers are going to come up. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was purple. The 5 and 9 were red. The 42 was yellow. And the 52 was turquoise. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, orange, green, and pink. So I hit 4 color groups. The majority of the numbers are over to the right side, so I'm going to keep this 4 green. Okay, so let's take a look. Again, I see a bunch of blue over here. We'll see if it kind of turns red. Started to a little bit right here. Okay, over here I got a single zero right here. Another single, 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 and then it finally triples up right here. Kind of like in this one, I have a miss to it, and that's orange. This one could double up on the triple zeros. I think this purple is due for a hit. See that they're all odd numbers: 1, 3, 11, 13, 39, 41, 43, 49, 59, 51. Okay, so I'm moving on. Number 5 out of 9. Okay, so the 3 is turquoise. 5 and 9 are both red. 42 is pink. And the 52 is purple. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, orange, green, or yellow. It hit 4 color groups. The majority of the numbers are over to the right side, so I'm going to color this 4 green. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so one thing that catches my eye is all this red over here. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, which means I believe the majority of the numbers will be over here. And I'm kind of liking this blue to have another 0 to it. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so here I thought no red numbers were going to come up. We'll see if that happens. Okay, so the 3 and 9 were both purple. The 5 was yellow. The 42 was green. And the 52 was turquoise. So I got that correct. No red numbers came up, or blue, orange, or pink. 4 color groups came up. The majority is to the right side, so I'm going to keep this 4 green. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything that's, except maybe right here, this big streak of red. Again, if it's red for a while, then when's it going to turn blue? Okay, the thing that catches my eye is this red over here. You can see how hot these numbers have been. I got that big streak right here in this middle column. So it's been 5, 10, 11, 12. I'm thinking that no red numbers are going to come up. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, so moving on. 7 out of 9. Okay, so the 3 was green. The 5 is blue. The 9 is yellow. The 42 is turquoise. And the 52 is purple. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red, the orange, or the pink. This hit 5 color groups. The majority is to the right side, so I'm going to color this 5 green. Okay, let's take a look. The thing that's catching my eye is over here on this red, on how blue it is. Okay, so one thing that catches my eye is these single blue marks here in the green area. One's going to double up like right here. See, the majority has been over here in red. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, which means I believe that the majority will be over on this side. And I'm kind of liking this red to have another miss to it. So I'm thinking that none of these red numbers are going to come up. And I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was blue. The 5 and 9 were both pink. The 42 was red. And the 52 was yellow. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the orange, green, purple, or turquoise. Let's hit 4 of the color groups, and the majority is to the right side, so I'm going to color this 4 green. Okay, let's take a look. Been noticing over here, I see a lot more green than I see red. All of a sudden I had this red streak here. Okay, so the thing that I see is well, I'm certainly looking at this red area on how hot it's been. Okay, so this one's kind of hard to see anything. So I'd probably just leave this one alone, okay? And this is why I created so many option cards, so I could cherry pick through these things and give myself the best chance. Okay, so the 3 is red and the 42 is red. 5 and 9 are pink. 52 is orange. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, green, purple, yellow, turquoise. It hit 3 out of the color groups, and the majority is to the left side, so I'm going to color this 3 red. Okay, so here I said no yellow numbers would come up, and I got that one correct. So let's go take a look. Again, I kind of see everything just going back and forth, red and blue, red and blue. Don't see any big streaks at all. Okay, let's take a look at this orange with this dark red. Okay, so here's where it kind of doubled up. I'm wondering if it's ready to double up again. Maybe one of these orange numbers will be coming up. Also, let's take a look at the blue. All single blue marks here, except for one. Maybe it's done to double up again. I see a lot of red over here. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, which means I believe the numbers will be, the majority will be over here. Kind of liking this pink. Pink to have a hit and the blue to have a miss. Okay, so that's it for my option cards. Now I'm going to go to the overview. We'll take a look at this real quick. Again, you can see this blue has been really, really hot. So when's it going to cool down? In fact, I see a single blue, single blue, single, and kind of doubled up here. Then it got really cold, so. Okay, so another thing that I see is you can see that I have this border around here. So a 4-5 came up, and I put the border around when it flip-flops. Okay, and then the 5-4 came up. So you can see it hasn't flip-flopped here in the blue in a little while, or the orange, or the green, the purple, certainly the pink, but the biggest one here is the yellow. It's way down here. Okay, so if this were to flip-flop, then 5 of these yellows will have a hit to it, and 4 will have a miss. Okay, so let's take a look at this yellow for a second. Look at how many single blue marks there are here. Okay, so again, I'm just looking at the yellow. This kind of looks like it will have a hit to it. This one here looks like it will have a hit to it too because of all this red. Maybe this will be another green. So maybe one of these numbers will be coming up. Okay, just 2 more to check out here. Looking at all these dark reds. Finally it doubled up here, and maybe it's gonna double up here as well. So maybe one of these yellow numbers will be coming up. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Okay, so in closing, again, thank you for watching. Again, you can support my game through my Patreon page at patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. And if you'd like to give me any feedback, then please email me at decodingpowerball@gmail.com. Again, that's just decodingpowerball@gmail.com. And as always, with a $186 million on the line, I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.